Hello everyone. We all know that milk is an essential part of our life. You are here just because you are curious to know what happens to milk after it's used by dad. Well, no worries. We have all your answers and it is all backed up by scientific evidences. According to the report, food labels are often misunderstood. It is suggested that there is almost 20% of the food that goes wasted just because of the confusion in the food labels. Hence, one should look beyond the food labels in order to check whether the food is safe for consumption or not. Let us understand what the legal standard says. There are different terminologies used. One is use by date, best before date, expiry date, freeze by date, and so on. So let us understand each and everything in detail. Best before date. This talks about a food product which is of best quality within that particular date. It doesn't talk anything on the food safety. Wherein on the other side, use by date always represents food safety. After this use by date, food is not safe for consumption. Freeze by date is nothing but the food should be frozen at a particular temperature before that date. Sell by date normally indicates how long the product should be sold. This is more related to a retailer for the inventory purposes. All of these dates doesn't determine whether the product is safe for consumption or not. Milk is of two types. One is raw milk and the other one is pasteurized milk. There are many people who say raw milk is always safe for consumption and more healthier, but it is not so. Pasteurized milk is more safer and a healthier option. Let's see what is pasteurized milk and what are the differences in pasteurized milk and raw milk. Raw milk is something that is not heat treated, harvested directly from the cows and served to you. Whereas pasteurized milk is normally treated at a certain temperatures in the dairy plant, which kills the harmful bacteria that will prevent spoilage. Now coming on to the question, pasteurized milk when stored at the refrigerated temperature, say 4 degrees centigrade, is normally safer for consumption even after 2 to 3 days post its use by date. The catch here is the bacteria will not survive in refrigerated temperatures. Even if it does, it is of lower numbers and it does not lead to spoilage. Pasteurized milk normally spoils because of improper refrigeration. Holding a pasteurized milk at a temperature more than 45 degrees Fahrenheit normally spoils the milk. Colder the milk that is stored, more the shelf life. Warmer the milk, it prones to more of contamination. As discussed before, under ideal conditions, a pasteurized milk can be used for more than 2 or 3 days after the use by date, but it should be stored at the proper ideal refrigerator temperature conditions. There are other processes in which this shelf life can be extended. There is a process called ultra high heat pasteurization, where the milk is subjected to a temperature of more than 280 degrees Fahrenheit to 300 degrees Fahrenheit for fewer seconds. Normally these ultra high heat pasteurized milk can have a shelf life up to 90 days or more than that, even at room temperatures. Even when you open this pasteurized milk or ultra high heat pasteurized milk, it should be consumed as soon as possible in order to prevent the spoilage. Ultra high heat pasteurized milk can be stored for up to even 90 days, but once opened, it has to be consumed within 7 days. With proper maintenance, pasteurized milk can have an extended shelf life. In case of pasteurized milk, the spoilage can be eventually seen directly. When a milk is spoiled, its texture, its consistency, color and smell of the milk changes. So this is a clear indicator whether the milk is safe for consumption or not. You'll be shocked to know that these label norms are not based out of science. Many manufacturers use these labels for different reasons. Some use this label in order to convey that their product is best of desired quality and flavor within this best before date. And some even use this best before date in order to determine its nutrient content, which is of fullest during this best before date. Consider a snack manufacturer. A snack manufacturer wanted his product to be of highest quality with maximum crispiness. What happens if the product loses its crispiness after its best before date? So we normally say it is still best for consumption, safe for consumption, but its parameters may be disturbed during this elevated period of time. Let's see some of the tips for extending the shelf life of your milk. We can store this container of milk in your refrigerator in interior spaces where the temperature of the refrigerator is mostly the lowest. When we store a milk at the lowest temperature, normally the shelf life can be extended. So let's sum up. Milk, when it is stored at a proper temperature, can have an extended shelf life of 2 to 3 days more than its use by date. These date labels most often talks about the quality of the food and not on the safety part. So finally, let's store all the food products at a particular temperature as mentioned on the product label in order to have a little bit extended shelf life. Thank you.